Welcome back to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as we get set for what will be our final two games here on Friday night. This is going to kick off what should be two fantastic games. And this will determine who moves on to the quarterfinals. We've got the number one seed in the Dewar quadrant of our bracket, the College of Idaho, at 28-6 on the season, fresh off a 16-point win over Mayville State out of North Dakota on Thursday night. They'll take on number 5 Dakota Wesleyan, who came in with the upset over Governor's State on Thursday evening. So Dakota Wesleyan, the only South Dakota team in this tournament, essentially a home team here tonight with a lot of blue and white in the stands. It'll be Wesleyan in the powder blue uniforms this evening, and it'll be the Yotes in their whites as we get underway here, and the Yotes will have the first touch of the basketball here this evening.
You said it, JJ. This crowd is very much behind the back of the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, as their campus is about 70 miles west of Sioux Falls where we're playing.
Turnaround's no good inside the lane. One of the big things that Wesleyan's going to need to do today is rebound well. This squad here out of the College of Idaho, a very good rebounding team, and that's a great start to get the defensive board and now get a chance to score first.
They're going to have to go against one of the best zone defenses, too, in the country at the NAIA level here.
That shot's left short. Both teams exchanging misses to start this one. Looking at kind of the tail of the tape here, head coach Scott Garson out of Idaho, the College of Idaho, excuse me, in his 5th season, a 127-41 record versus Dakota Wesleyan all time. He's 1-1. Bounce pass into the corner. We'll get to Coach Wilbur here in just a moment. Strong drive inside, little head fake, some hesitation. They'll kick it out. Shot clock's getting down there to 2. Launching that one off the front side of the iron. Good board off the glass that time from Nigel Drury.
Yeah, Drury did a great job just blocking his man off, staying in between him and the bucket and corralling that board.
Matt Wilbur in his 5th season as the Dakota Wesleyan head coach. He's got a 119-50 record. His team excited about the chances here maybe to get another upset tonight. And there's the first points of this one. The big man down low, Jason Spicer, the 6'6 senior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He's a hometown kid here. Went to Roosevelt High School. There have been a few of those Rough Riders in this tournament, including Colton Koima, who just saw his exit earlier today with that Northwestern crew. But there are some hometown kids here in this tournament here this weekend. Already down to 5 on the shot clock and backing up the defense. It's going to have to throw something up, and took the extra step. Wesleyan with some lockdown defense here to start the game tonight.
Z-Leaks is the main weapon for College of the Idaho in the post, and Dakota Wesleyan on that position, and they were bound and determined to not let him get a good look at the hoop.
Dakota Wesleyan in that game against Governor's State shot the ball well. They shot nearly 52%. They're going to get another bucket there from Colin Kramer, the 6'7 sophomore out of Volga, South Dakota. Went to Sioux Valley High School.
Well, interestingly, Dakota Wesleyan does not start their leading scorer, Ty Hoagland, second game in a row, who averages almost 20.
17:24 left to go here in this first half of action. First bucket of the day for the Coyotes, and now it'll be Wesleyan again trying to answer.
Well, JJ, these teams played each other last year in the first round, and it was a battle, 98-93, that the College of Idaho won.
Nice turnaround again inside. 4 quick points on the day for Spicer. Good ball movement right now for the Coyotes. They're going to try to get it inside the paint. That shot high off the glass, no good, and another defensive board here. Nice job crashing the boards earlier today here for Dakota Wesleyan. 3 from the right corner, no. That's going to be left a little long, and now a whistle. It's going to stay right here. They're going to call that on Jake Bruner, the 6'6 sophomore out of Cottonwood, Idaho.
Well, you said it already. Rebounding is going to be huge. And College of the Idaho, one of the best rebounding teams in the country. They out-rebound their opponents by nearly 10 a game, and that speaks a lot, too, to how good they are on this end of the floor playing their zone defense.
Little shot just inside the free throw line, no good from Spicer. He was looking for his 3rd bucket already in this game. Just a 4-point difference right now. Coyotes getting into their half-court offense.
College of Idaho has great length and height, especially at their guard and wing positions.
Little drive on the baseline there, and it's going to go out of bounds off the foot that time of Nate Brunel, excuse me, the sophomore, 6'5", 185 pounds, a transfer out of Snow Community College.
Now 2 turnovers early on here for College of Idaho, and then now Dakota Wesleyan gives it right back to them.
Taking a look again, we mentioned Dakota Wesleyan shot nearly 52% from the field in that opening round win against Governor's State. They were also 39% from three-point land, hit 9 of 23 free throws. Just were 57% from the free throw line, though. That's something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on. For College of Idaho, they struggled a little bit from the field in the first half, looked a little bit better in the second half, ended up shooting just under 47% from the field in that game, 36% from three-point land against Mayville State in the win, and they too struggled just a little bit from the free throw line at 50%. It's going to be interesting to see these two teams kind of even as far as the numbers are concerned offensively in the three just before the shot clock expired for Talon Pinckney.
Now, the thing that was impressive to me about the College of Idaho in their opening round win is they held Mayville State to 50 points. So, I mean, anytime you're doing that in a college basketball game, that is playing some defense. And that's what the Coyotes are really known for.
Spicer with the turnaround off the glass. No, he had a good look at it that time, just couldn't get it to go. He's 2 of 4 from the floor here so far tonight. Going back to the big man down low, and again, he's one of the go-to men for this squad. Just couldn't get it to go. Aziz Leaks with the miss there. Still a 2-point lead here for the Tigers as they go to work offensively.
Ty Hoagland's checked into this game. Dakota Wesleyan's leading scorer, number 24 in blue. A kid that can really shoot the basketball.
Spicer going to work again. That one partially blocked. Dakota Wesleyan now 3 of 7 from the field here to start the day. College of Idaho 2 of 5.
Oh, these big men are really going at each other. Leaks and Spicer getting a lot of touches early in this game.
Little contact here as he drives inside the lane, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Nate Brunel is going to get called for the charge, and we're going the other way.
Well, this is a big call that goes Dakota Wesleyan's way as Spicer steps in and takes a big one there. Gets his team the basketball back.
Immediate timeout on the floor. 6-4 your score with 14:22 left to go in this first half. We're back from inside the Pentagon right after this. Back inside the Pentagon, taking a look at some of the social media posts that folks have been not only sending from inside these facilities here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but from around the world. Use your hashtag NAIA D2MBB, and you can get your message up on the big board here inside this arena or on our big screen here during our broadcast tonight. I'm JJ Hardigan. He's Brad Newitt. Delighted to have you along with us here in Sioux Falls on this Friday night. We are about an hour behind schedule. We had in our first game today at 8:30 this morning in a double overtime thriller. One of our 1 seeds, Indiana University East, squeaked away with a victory over Oklahoma Wesleyan, 82-72. And that means we're just a little behind schedule here today. But the tournament officials have done a great job to try to speed things up as much as they can. And we're off and running here with this one tonight. That shot off the iron, no good. And another big rebound there by Aziz Leaks.
Yeah, Leaks is just a magnet for getting rebounds for this Coyote team.
Nice drive inside there for Talon Pinckney.
You see College of Idaho willing to extend their defense into the backcourt.
3 from the left wing is no good, and another quick rebound there. 1 and done for Dakota Wesleyan this time around. Trying to get back defensively in a hurry, but that bucket down the court. Roosevelt Adams getting the easy right-handed layup.
Dakota Wesleyan's got to be really careful when they take long shots that produce long rebounds. You really got to sprint back against this College of Idaho team because they've got some great quickness at the guard spot.
Spicer, who got hot early with 2 quick buckets, gets the turnaround there. He's got 6 points here in the first half, and he's tied it up at 8.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better skilled big man than Jason Spicer. He's got a great touch and a great feel for the game with his back to the basket.
Ball near the high post. 15 on the shot clock. Big man's going to shoot the 3 from the right wing. That rattles in and out. No good for Brunel.
Okay, Dakota Wesleyan continue to get inside touches against this zone. I think that's going to be key for them tonight, attacking this thing. Right there, Spicer, a great passer out of the post as well.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. They get a shooter in the right corner. He'll drive. That's off the iron, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Dakota Wesleyan. Trey Vandenberg, the Madison, South Dakota native, went in a little too strong that time.
We got to recognize when you're going against zone. Z Leaks plays the middle of that zone for the College of Idaho, JJ, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to be there right around the basket anytime a Dakota Wesleyan player tries to drive into the hoop.
Yeah, that guy stands 6'8", 225 pounds. He is a big human being down there, and you got to find a way to get around him. You're not going to be able to go through him. 3 from the left wing is going to be left short. Both teams doing good, picking up the defensive rebounds here so far today. That's 6 for each team. College of Idaho is without an offensive rebound, though, at this point. 3 from the left corner, no good. We're off and running.
College of Idaho dodged a big-time bullet there as Ty Hoagland, who's a great three-point shooter, had a clean look, just didn't get it.
That's going to get tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Yotes. Taking a look at their history here at the NAIA Championships. It's the 13th trip for the College of Idaho. They've posted a 15-11 record inside the tournament all-time, including trips to the quarterfinals in '93, 2001, and 2015. They also won the 1996 title. They've made 8 trips to the NAIA Championships prior to the creation of the 2 divisions back in 1992, going 5-8 back then. So they have a very storied past at this tournament.
Oh, for a lot of years, the national tournament was in Nampa, Idaho, so they definitely had a little home court flavor to some of their runs in the 90s, sort of like Dakota Wesleyan has here tonight.
That shot was blocked from behind. Wesleyan kept it alive, but it's going to be the College of Idaho coming away with it. Nice little Euro move to get around the defender there. And a bucket for Talon Pinckney. Timeout called with the 2-point lead for the College of Idaho. Matt Wilbur wants to talk things over here with his team down by 2. 11-11 left to go here in this first half.
Well, you see how good College of Idaho can be when they can force turnovers, and this is a team that gets about 7 steals a game, and when Pinckney got that last one, I mean, it was over quick. He beat everyone down the floor for an easy 2.
Dakota Wesleyan taking a look at the bracket again. During those first 2 days, the entire tournament went chalk. They had all the higher seeds winning, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, it was Dakota Wesleyan who kind of surprised people with that upset. We nearly had another upset later on that night on Thursday. Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan, the 5-4 seed in the first round over Governors State, picked up the 84-67 win. It was a convincing victory. There haven't been a whole lot of big blowout games in this tournament, but that one definitely was a solid win for Dakota Wesleyan.
Yeah, in that first round, really only 2 upsets, Dakota Wesleyan, and then a team we'll see in our next game, Marion out of Indiana, was able to knock off the defending champs, Union Kentucky, in our nightcap last night.
It's going to be a turnover here. Yotes will get the ball back with 10:48 left to go. Their bench is feeling it, and they're at a little bit of a disadvantage here today. Like we said, this is a neutral site for all intents and purposes, but this is a home game for Dakota Wesleyan. They're going to have to make a lot of noise themselves on that bench if they want to combat with this loud crowd for these Dakota Wesleyan Tigers.
Well, that's College of Idaho's leading scorer there, Roosevelt Adams, who is a terrific catch-and-shoot three-point shooter with size at 6'5", and he drained that one.
Yeah, he had 12 points in the opening round win. He was 5 of 8 from the field. Did struggle from 3 a little bit, was 2 for 5. That's not bad, though. Finished the day with 9 rebounds, just shy of a double-double.
Ty Hoagland's had 3 looks from 3 for Dakota Wesleyan, hasn't hit any of those yet.
College of Idaho, the 1 seed, they've got the lead right now, 13-8 with a 5-point lead, under 10 minutes to go now in this first half. That shot off the iron's no good. And we'll have a foul coming up here. It's going to be Aaron Amadou, the 5'10 junior out of Houston, Texas. And we get to our media timeout here. We'll step aside for just a moment. College of Idaho leading 13-8. We're back inside the Pentagon in just a moment. Take a look at some of the highlights in this one so far tonight inside the Pentagon. Right now, Dakota Wesleyan trailing their leading scorer in this game, Jason Spicer, excuse me. He's been a real consistent player all season long. We'll talk more about him in a second as the first free throw falls here for Berryhill, the 6-foot junior out of Boise, Idaho. They're going to be relying on Spicer tonight. He provides a nice presence in the interior. A guy you'll see in a moment here, nearly 19 points a game. And it's almost 6 rebounds throughout the course of the season as well, and it was all GPAC first team this season.
Well, here's the thing for Dakota Wesleyan. They're a team that can really score the basketball. 85 points a game, JJ, and they're at 8 points right now, and we're over halfway through the first half. And this is exactly what the College of Idaho did to Mayville State in their first game. Just locked them up, controlled the glass, and eventually wore them down.
Nice shot there. Berryhill with the bucket, 17-8, now a 9-point lead for the Oats here with closing in on 9 minutes left to go in this first half.
And right now, Dakota Wesleyan in this game shooting 26%. It's about half of what they normally shoot.
There's Spicer. We were talking about him just a moment ago. He's already got 8 points here today. They're going to need him a lot in the interior in this one. But another answer on the other end. Gibson Berryhill starting to heat up himself. He's got 6 points to lead all scorers for the Oats on the court right now.
And the College of Idaho scoring it at a very efficient clip. They're shooting 50%. And all those made baskets are letting them set up in their press time and time again. And that's really making Dakota Wesleyan have to work just to get the ball into their offensive side of the ball of the court, excuse me.
9 on the shot clock. Right wing 3 is good for Ty Hoagland. Hoagland got the bucket there, the 6'3 sophomore out of Del Rapids, South Dakota.
Well, he missed his first 3. That one looked really great coming off his hand. Let's see if that can give the Tigers here a little energy on the defensive end.
Looking back all time, these Coyotes against the GPAC, 2-4. So they have had some struggles against GPAC opponents in the past here, but right now having some success, up 21-13. Their fans in the stands might be outnumbered tonight, but they're making a lot of noise right now here inside Heritage Court.
Well, their team's played sensational here in the first half, especially on this end. They've been very active in their zone.
There's another one. Hoagland starting to fire up. Took him a while. He came off the bench, but now has 6 points here in the first half.
And Wesleyan's going to have to knock in some threes. When you play zone, you're going to be going against it for 40 minutes.
Down to 12 on the shot clock already. The Oats have been very patient here so far. Now down to 6. That shot up with the body in front. It was halfway down and popped out. Hoagland has it. He'll bring it up, looking for more.
College of Idaho is great in defensive transition, and they've been sensational tonight, not allowing fast break points, but that three-point line. And Dakota Wesleyan is on fire, JJ. They've hit their last three.
Yeah, they're now 3 of 9 from three-point land at 33%, and this crowd finally starting to make some noise for the Tigers, who are back within 2. Matt Wilbur, the general for this Wesleyan squad, pacing the sidelines right now. He's got that playoff beard growing as this shot drains. His team played solid defense there. He had him down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, just a smooth shot, and it makes it a 2-possession difference.
College of Idaho's got some guys that can really create their own when they need one late.
Spicer going to work inside again, and they're going to say on the ground. They won't give him continuation here. Each team with 2 fouls right now. As you get a look at the replay here, Spicer did a great job backing him up, and yeah, just a little contact with the head before he finally got up there.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not a shooting foul.
Yeah.
Clearly was in the motion of shooting. I think Matt Wilbur arguing the same point, but Spicer has been very solid, just a rock-solid score for him inside in this game. But it's been the three-point line of late that's really gotten Dakota Wesleyan back in this thing.
They will take a trip to the free throw line here. These will be the first free throws of the day for Dakota Wesleyan. As mentioned in that opening round matchup, they shot 71%. They were 4 of 5 in the first half against Governor's State. Went 6 of 9 in the second half.
Now getting the free throw line is going to be a little more difficult in this one because that's one of the ideas behind playing a lot of zone. And that's what the College of Idaho is all about, is really using their athleticism, their length, cover up the floor, zone defense, hopefully not foul their opponents a lot and put them on the line.
Kramer, who averages almost 7 points a game, is a pretty good free throw shooter at 61%. Missed that one, though, and his squad down by 3. Dakota Wesleyan back to work defensively here as College of Idaho goes to work on offense. Leak from the baseline, backing up Spicer. And some contact there. The officials will slow this one down. Matt Wilbur didn't like the call.
It's a tough call on Spicer as they're trying to battle leaks in there, and you want to hold your ground defensively.
Wilbur's definitely into the game already here tonight. They're going to say a 5-second runoff. He's got to like that from his crew. The fans definitely do here inside the Pentagon. 23-20 your score right now, and this is a chance to tie it up. Dakota Wesleyan battling back from a little bit of a deficit early on in this game.
And they're going up against a team that's the best team in the country in holding opponents down defensively. Just 65 points a game, and you can see why they're big-time steal that time.
Transition buckets are going to be huge here today. This Coyote team was ranked number 3 in the final poll of the year in the NAIA Top 25. They've definitely gained a lot of respect from around the rest of the nation here, and they've got a lot of eyes on them as they entered this tournament. Dakota Wesleyan does have their hands full here tonight.
Turnovers, again, really being an issue here. That's Dakota Wesleyan hurting themselves, not taking care of it.
Little hesitation inside the paint. They'll kick it out. Stop and pop's no good, and another defensive board for the Tigers.
Well, Dakota Wesleyan's got to be more solid on this end. You've got a ball fake against the zone. And again, inside touches are at a premium to get that zone to collapse. So Spicer inside, number 40, he is really crucial to DWU being successful here.
Trey Vandenberg tried to drive inside. He drew some contact. They're going to put the foul here on Jake Bruner. 4:44 left to go. We get our final media timeout of the first half. It's a 5-point game. Coyotes still lead this one. Dakota Wesleyan will have the ball when we return to Heritage Court in just a moment. Well, these teams are definitely making themselves known here in Sioux Falls with their play on the court. They're also making themselves known on social media. There have been a lot of great posts and great moments already here inside the Pentagon over these first few days of this tournament. Get the feeling it's only going to get better as we get into those quarterfinals tomorrow. It all kick off at 2 in the afternoon. Our final game is scheduled for 8. Should be a fun day with 4 games underway. That'll set the final 4 teams in the bracket for Monday's action. And then, of course, the national championship coming up Tuesday with ESPN3 covering that one. If you haven't had a chance to come out yet, make sure you get your tickets for the rest of the weekend. There aren't going to be many seats left the way it's going right now. This 3,200 seat facility almost at capacity tonight. There are a few seats spread across the arena that are open, but not many here inside the Pentagon. Great turnout for this Friday night.
It's been terrific. A great matchup here between 2 top 20 programs. And, you know, College of Idaho has just had a sensational run here. Ever since the calendar flipped to 2018, they are 18-1 over their last 19 games. That is a heck of a run. And big reason why they're ranked 3rd in the last NAIA national poll that came out.
Dakota Wesleyan got hot at the right time, 3-1 down the stretch. They got a victory in this tournament, but again, yeah, you mentioned it. College of Idaho, is just one of the hottest teams coming into Sioux Falls here this weekend.
I think they've got a great chance to win the whole thing. Really, both these teams do. This might be one of the tougher challenges for College of Idaho. If nothing else, you're playing a great team that can really shoot it. And then, like we've mentioned, the crowd certainly in Dakota Wesleyan's favor here tonight.
Let's see what these Tigers can do offensively right now. Their leading scorer on the floor at the moment is Spicer. He's inside the lane, but double teamed at the moment. 3 from the right wing is going to be left short. These Coyotes doing a good job continuing to lock down on those defensive rebounds. They still have just the 1 offensive board in this game, but 14 total rebounds, 3 more right now than Dakota Wesleyan.
College of Idaho doing a nice job there, getting an interior touch. They're shooting over 50%. Dakota Wesleyan just 38. And more importantly for the Tigers, they've only hit 3 of 11 from the 3-point line.
3:40 left to go. Spicer, the turnaround, that hangs on the rim but goes. He's got 10 points on the day.
He's been great inside. He's hit 5 of 10 shots for the Tigers, and they've needed all of them to try to hang in this thing.
Spicer had 17 points in their first round win. One of 2 players with 17 points in the game for Dakota Wesleyan, and overall one of 3 players who got into double figures. Some contact, and it's going to be an offensive foul on the Coyotes here. They're going to put that one on Roosevelt Adams. Again, he's a big part of the offense, but that time just a little too physical in the interior.
Yeah, College of Idaho, they'll crash the O-glass. They get about 12 of them a game. They're a very athletic team. And right now they've got a 3-rebound advantage. And if Dakota Wesleyan can keep it reasonable there on the rebound margin, that's going to give them a chance here tonight.
Good ball movement right now for the Tigers. They're going back to their big man Spicer. Looking for some separation, spins once and twice, and finally got the room he needed. What a first half for Spicer. He leads all scorers on the floor with 12.
He's not the most athletic guy you'll find in the low post, but he knows how to use his body. And he has great patience in there, as you saw right there, to score.
We'll get back to Spicer here in a moment. That's going to be a foul on Dakota Wesleyan. The fans didn't like that one. Matt Wilbur said he had his hands up the whole way. I absolutely love watching Matt Wilbur coach. The emotions there every moment. He feels the play that his guys are going through out there on the court.
There's no doubt. And they didn't call that one on Spicer, by the way. It was Drury, and I think it was a good call. Drury came over and was not in position that time as leaks went up. And the one thing we haven't mentioned here, JJ, is Dakota Wesleyan's down a starter in this game. As Tyson Smiley rolled an ankle last night in their first game, and he's unavailable here. So,
yeah, when he came off the court late in that first half, it looked like it was just going to be a minor injury. They were working on him in the sideline, but it stiffened up on him in the locker room, and they said he's not available today. They don't know if he'll be back the rest of this tournament. That three's no good there. 4-point lead right now for the Coyotes. They're on the attack here with 2:25 left to go in our first half.
Quite frankly, Dakota Wesleyan just has not shot the basketball well enough as they whistle to travel there on College of Idaho. But on this end, the Tigers They're 3 of 11 from the three-point line, and when you're playing the number 3 team in the country that's going to zone you for 40 minutes, you're going to have to shoot it better from the arc. The one time Wesleyan went on a run in this game is when they hit those 3 threes. Happened in the course of basically 3 straight possessions.
Now the good news for him is College of Idaho hasn't shot well from 3 either. They're just 1 of 8. Dakota Wesleyan now 3 of 11, but you're absolutely right. If they want to stay in this game, that's a big part of their offense. They've got to hit threes for Dakota Wesleyan to have a chance to win. 3 from the right wing, in and out, no good. That ball was halfway down and just rattled out.
Yeah, Kramer had a great look at it that time.
Shot high off the glass is no good. Kramer had the rebound, but a foul as he got pushed from behind. I think this is going to go on Leaks. He's a little frustrated as he heads to the other end of the floor.
Z Leaks has really played a good game here. He's been active inside, been a good presence inside again as the team has played defensively with the zone, and he's in the middle, and that's just his first foul here. So
there you see Scott Garson, the head coach at the College of Idaho, pleading the case for his squad. We mentioned good record overall in his 5th season, 127-41. Went to UC Santa Barbara and got his master's at the University of Utah in 2003. This guy's coached everywhere: Pepperdine, University of Utah, UCLA, College of Idaho now since 2013 as their head coach. This is his first head coaching stint.
Spicer, great defensive play that time, denying Leaks at the rim. Boy, those bigs have really had a great battle here in this first half, and they've both played a lot of minutes. I'm not sure if Jason Spicer's even come off the floor.
He's got 12, looking for more. Boy, that move has been his go-to tonight. That right hand on the turnaround, it's unstoppable right now. Spicer's got 14, and he's brought his team back within 2. The Dakota Wesleyan fans are on their feet here inside Heritage Court.
JJ, I've watched a ton of basketball this year. I'm not sure I've seen a more skilled big man than Jason Spicer. And you kind of look at him, he doesn't maybe look the part. Again, not super athletic. But boy, he really knows how to use his body, and he's got a phenomenal touch with his back to the basket.
I mentioned that he and Koima from Northwestern both went to Roosevelt High School. I remember watching them play when they were younger. I'll be honest, I didn't think they were like superstar players. They were good high school basketball players, but they've both come into their own since they've gotten to the college level, and they have thrived. They have been big-time players for their teams, and now in their senior seasons, they're getting a chance to lead their squads, and it's been special to watch them here over these last 4 years during their college run. Spicer's underneath the hoop here with a minute to go, guarding Leaks closely. That's been a great matchup. Wide open shooter, top of the key. That's off the mark, and it'll get out of bounds. Dakota Wesleyan will have a chance here with 53 seconds to tie this game.
Well, neither team's been able to get it dialed in from 3. It's College of Idaho now just 1 of 8. Dakota Wesleyan not much better at 3 of 13.
Nobody on the court has more than 8 points in this game except for Spicer. Nobody for Dakota Wesleyan has more than 6 except for Spicer. That pass just taken away. Talon Pinckney's had a good first half defensively. He's got a couple steals that have been big, kind of stalls for this Dakota Wesleyan team. Looked like they were on a run, getting the offense going, and all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and takes the rock away.
Yeah, he's had 2 picks, so to speak, that have gone for baskets the other way, and now that right there was his 3rd steal.
Down to 8 on the shot clock. He's buying some time here for the College of Idaho. Nice spin move, the fadeaway. Nope, off the backside of the iron. Final 6 seconds. Shot clock is off in the hands of Hoagland, and his shot swatted. And that's how your first half will come to an end. Hoagland had a look, but that's rejected. Tigers hang tough. They trail by 2 heading into the locker room at halftime. But it's the College of Idaho who leads 28-26. Take a look at that final play again. And just going sky high that time was Roosevelt Adams to deny Hoagland.
This has been a great game here so far. College of Idaho probably has it a little bit more at their pace, a defensive-minded game, but Dakota Wesleyan hanging in.
We will step aside for a few minutes. When we come back, we'll get you some halftime stats. For now, enjoy the sights from inside the Sioux Falls, this Pentagon here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Back with more from the NAIA Division II National Tournament right after this.
might look real nice here in the store. But there's gonna be a time real soon when this gear will be put to the test. It's gonna get beat up, and it's gonna get you closer to that moment you've been waiting for all year. Because no matter how the hunt goes or where it finally ends, for more than 115 years, our Shields experts have been right there with you.
This is my house.
This is my house.
Let CU Mortgage assist with your next home loan. Your happy home is one call away.
This is our house.
CU Mortgage Direct, LLC. Simple solutions, direct results.
The quality of teaching was like nothing I'd ever experienced before.
Accreditation is extremely important, and it was one of the main reasons I chose this institution.
I was able to find a job almost immediately.
I gained confidence.
It was always hands-on. It was always full of life. It's not just sit down and lecture. I mean, yeah, there's lecture time, but there's also time to get out there and do what you're supposed to be doing.
I feel the hands-on is what made me the person I am today.
Discover success at the University of Antelope Valley. Call or log on now for more information.
Choosing your college is a major decision, but it doesn't have to come with a major price tag. Mayville State University offers top quality education, legendary personal service, and so much more for an outstanding value. Succeed as a student and grow as a person. Get involved, study abroad, compete as an athlete, conduct real-world research, and much more. Go to mayvillestate.edu/value to learn about all that awaits you at Mayville State University.
134 endowed scholarships.
17-to-1 student-faculty ratio.
$15 million in scholarship aid last year.
65 career-focused degrees.
Indiana Tech offers career-focused students a personalized education with no giant lecture hall classes. And last year, 94% of our students earned scholarships and aid.
Zero.
Zero universities just like ours.
Indiana Tech. Apply today.
Hey coach, do you have Athletic Care? Athletic Care was created to provide college athletic programs a simple solution to protect their student athletes in the event of an illness or injury. We take pride in offering the most innovative, flexible, and affordable insurance solutions for athletes. Our custom insurance programs are built to meet the needs of colleges and universities nationwide. So if your insurance provider has dropped the ball, let us pick it up.
Well, a good pace to this game so far. We're moving along quickly here tonight, and really kind of a low-scoring first half, 28-26 in this one. I'm J.J. Hardigan. He's Brad Newitt. Brad, taking a look at the stat sheet here. What stands out from that first half of action between these two teams?
Well, first of all, the Dakota Wesleyan, a team that averages 85 points a game, so that's about 43 and a half, is sitting here on 26. That just shows you how good College of Idaho has been defensively here tonight.
Quick bucket coming out of the halftime break for Dakota Wesleyan, and they've knotted this game up at 28 all. Floater inside the lane's no good, but an offensive board for the Coyotes. They did a good job rebounding in that first half. College of Idaho had 18 total rebounds. Didn't get a whole lot of the offensive glass, though, just 2 in that side. But they did out-rebound Dakota Wesleyan by 2 overall. Leaks had that one stripped out of his hands. It will stay with the Yotes here with 11 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll inbound it underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, JJ, I think Dakota Wesleyan's got to be pretty happy where the rebounding is, because this College of Idaho team really hangs their hat on just destroying their opponents on the glass, and Dakota Wesleyan didn't get destroyed in the first half. They hung right there.
Are you a little surprised right now that Matt Wilbur hasn't utilized his bench more? Only 6 points off that bench to this point.
Well, again, they're a little shorthanded without Smiley being able to play in this game, and Dakota Wesleyan's not a deep team to begin with, so I think you're going to see this starting 5 here at the start of this half playing a majority of the minutes here for this game going forward.
Well, they've started to get their legs underneath him, although that one goes a little short, but in that first half, Colin Kramer shot well, had 7 points, just couldn't get that one going. That's a guy they need to get going more as this game goes on. Hoagland was only 2 of 6, and all of those shots came from beyond the arc in the first half. Did manage 6 points and 2 assists in just over 16 minutes.
Like, here's the key. Get Spicer the ball. Let him go to work inside. Because College of the Idaho has been content to play behind him, and they haven't collapsed in on him with the zone. They've chosen to stay out and try to guard the arc, and said Spicer's had a great game so far tonight.
Taking a look, the last time Dakota Wesleyan had the lead was just by 4. That was their largest lead of the night with about 17:41 left to go in the first half. So they haven't had a lead much in this game. That shot contested, and it looks like there is going to be a foul called. I believe they're going to put that one on Dakota Wesleyan's Nigel Drury, the 6'5" senior out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Drury just wasn't quite straight up there. He was close. But nice job that time by Brunel to get inside there and get near the rim and able to get to the line as a result.
$17:57 left to go. All kinds of time left in this contest.
And JJ, Dakota Wesleyan comes in this game. They're 23-10, and honestly, you don't always see a lot of double-digit loss teams be able to get into this tournament as at-larges, but it speaks to the quality of the schedule that Dakota Wesleyan played. And you look at how well the other GPAC teams have done in this tournament. The Briar Cliffs, the Morningsides that have moved on. Northwestern was in this tournament, and those are all teams that this Dakota Wesleyan squad had to tangle with twice during the year.
Still a 3-point lead here for the Tigers. 32-29 your score. 1 possession game here at the moment. Ball in the left wing, down to 10 on the shot clock. Good drive and a stuff. What a move there for Nate Brunel. The 6'5" sophomore out of Boise, Idaho, went sky high on that one.
Brunel's big-time athlete there, and hasn't scored it much tonight. Averages 12 a game, though.
3 from the right corner is in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, though. Drury driving the baseline, draws some contact. They're going to say it's on the ground. Basket will not count, and he'll go to the line for 2.
This is great hustle, though, by Drury. He didn't give up on the play. And anytime Dakota Wesleyan can get offensive glass in this game, that is going to be huge, because the College of Idaho very rarely gives that up.
They'd get a fresh 30 on the shot clock here, so all kinds of time for Dakota Wesleyan as Spicer from the right block goes to work. His shot off the glass is good. Boy, he has been unstoppable today. Spicer with 20 points already in this one, and it's back to a 3-point lead.
I don't know if the Coyotes can continue to just let Spicer operate one-on-one in the low post. He's been just too efficient down there.
Three from the right wing was no good from Pinckney. And they'll be on the attack here again. Vandenberg gets across the half-court line. The senior at the top of the key thought about the three. Had the open shooter Drury for a second. They'll keep swinging it. Three from the top of the key, that's no good. In fact, misses everything out of bounds. Rare miss like that for the senior. And Vandenberg looking to his bench, telling head coach Matt Wilbur, hey, I won't do that again.
That's tough. I mean, College Idaho's really good in the zone at guarding the three-point line. They've stayed out, really contested perimeter shots well in this game.
Nearly lost the handle there for a minute, but Brunel gets it back. 34-31 your score. Ball's in the right wing. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Gonna have to make something happen here. That's off the right side of the iron. Fighting for the rebound. Spicer comes away with it in Dakota Wesleyan off and running. Yotes do a good job getting back defensively here. Spicer at it again with the right-handed finish.
He is just going right at Z Leaks in this game, and Spicer owning Leaks in the low post right now.
This crowd is making some noise. It's now the largest lead of the game for the Tigers, a 5-point edge over the Coyotes. Big three-point bucket there, and a timeout called by the Yotes with 14:59 left to go here in this second half. Waiting to see if it's a full timeout. And it will be. We'll step aside for just a moment. 2-point game here inside the Pentagon. Second half action coming your way. We're back with more in just a second. Dakota Wesleyan with a 2-point lead as they come out of the media timeout. Brad Newitt, this one is getting interesting. The Tigers have taken control, at least for the time being, but the Coyotes responding with a big three there just before the timeout. See if maybe they try to take control of the momentum here and quiet this loud crowd from Dakota Wesleyan here inside the Pentagon.
Well, Dakota Wesleyan's been sensational on this end of the floor. They've hit 5 of 8 shots here to start the half. And in the first half, they only had 26 points, JJ, but they've already got 10 here. We've only played about 5.5.
Ball's in the right wing. 3 on the way, left just a little short. And a defensive rebound for Roosevelt Adams. Into the front court quickly. Here comes Keon Thompson. Down low, Leaks, left-handed shot, no. Trying to get his own rebound. Bodies flying everywhere, and it's going to be Spicer who finally comes away with it.
Great job by Spicer cleaning up the defensive glass. Again, Wesleyan's had lots of success getting the ball inside this zone. Spicer there at the high post that time.
Turnaround from Spicer, left short with 7 on the shot clock. Still clinging to this 2-point lead. Spicer has 24 points on the day. That's going to get tipped away. One man in the front court, and the right-handed finish. Nice job getting up ahead of everybody. Ty Hoagland adding to the lead. It's now by 4 here for Dakota Wesleyan.
Well, any transition baskets that Wesleyan can get are gigantic because College of Idaho has been terrific for the course of this game in their zone D.
That's now 8 points off of turnovers today for the Tigers, and another one and done here for the Oats. They settle back into their half-court defense. Tigers looking to extend this 4-point edge right now. Just over 13 minutes left to go in our second half. Spicer couldn't handle the inbound pass there. Quick turnover.
Yeah, Kramer's got to set Spicer up a little better than that.
There's going to be a foul. The bucket did not go in, and it will be Roosevelt Adams going to the free throw line. He was quiet in the first half. 3 of 5 from the field, 7 points, 5 rebounds. That's actually not bad. He added in a block along the way, too, in just under 15 minutes. Looks like a timeout called here. Media timeout with, actually, yeah, they will get the media timeout. 13:03 left to go. 4-point lead for the Tigers. We're back with more Inside the Pentagon in just a moment. Well, we got fans young and old enjoying this one. That future Tiger's been having some fun in the stands here tonight. His squad up right now by 4. Get a look again at head coach Matt Wilburn. He is an animated individual, although right now you can see he's all business on that sideline with the free throw going in for Roosevelt Adams.
Well, he's basically playing 6 guys in this game, so he isn't having to worry about substitutions a lot, but he's really got to be thinking through what are some things his team can do differently in attacking this zone and handling the ball against this press, which has been there in and out throughout this game. And that time Roosevelt Adams looked like he might have had Hoagland trapped along the baseline, but then committed the foul.
13:01 left to go. Here's the inbound comes. Some full court pressure on the way from the College of Idaho. Spicer needs to get it across the half-court line. He'll bring it up himself. That's not necessarily the guy they want handling the rock, though. Wisely gets it to one of his guards.
Well, let's see here. Z Leak's not in the game now for College of Idaho. Does Spicer take advantage of that? A little more physical defender, and Donovan in there guarding him in the low post.
Caught under the hoop there. They'll have to kick it out. Down to 2 on the shot clock. 3 from the left corner is good. 3-point bucket. Nigel Drury.
Now Drury, a great 3-point shooter at 42%. Has struggled on a few of his attempts here tonight, but boy, drained a big one there.
12:15 left to go. It's a 5-point lead again for Dakota Wesleyan. Turnaround inside, the little floater is good. Smooth shot from Brunel there, the 6'5" sophomore. He's been smooth all night long. He's got 5 points here on the day. That shot draws some contact, and boy, it could have gone either way, but it's going to be a blocking foul and 2 free throws coming up.
I thought Drury was fortunate here. I thought Donovan was in good position. Looked like he was outside the restricted arc, too. Scott Garson over there on the College of Idaho sideline, wondering what more his defender needs to do to be in the right spot.
Really, both teams have played solid defense in this game to this point. Shooting is a little lower as far as the averages are concerned for both teams, although Dakota Wesleyan now up to 45%, 18 of 40 overall. That free throw's good. Now 3 of 5 are the Tigers today from the charity stripe. Who do they go to here with Leaks on the bench? They've got a couple of their big scorers sitting and catching their breath right now. Drive inside, and Berryhill gets it to go. He's got 8 here in this contest.
Yeah, he's really come up huge a couple times. That was a big-time drive and finish in traffic.
They're going to leave him open near the free throw line, and boy, he just missed the opportunity there. Good look for Kramer, just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan can get that look about any time they want.
Boy, and if I can get a jumper from the free throw line, that's pretty solid. That's a lot of contact there. Ball went out of bounds. The officials didn't call anything, and Matt Wilbur is beside himself near the Dakota Wesleyan bench. He thought there was maybe 1 or 2 situations there with some content. Scott Garson, he's in the area of the officials right now as well. They both wanted a foul.
Well, it's just an unfortunate turn of events there for Dakota Wesleyan. As Spicer was trying to outlet it to Ty Hoagland. Hoagland and one of the players from College of Idaho just got tangled up. It was, to me, it looked a lot like just incidental contact. Horrible timing if you're a Dakota Wesleyan fan.
3 from the top of the key is going to be left short just before the inbound. Something worth noting, one of the officials had to kind of cool off Matt Wilbur. I'm not sure it was an official warning, but they did say, hey, let's settle down just a little bit. The emotions are high here at the national tournament. Each possession is huge at this point. That one, a big bucket inside for Dakota Wesleyan's Colin Kramer.
Well, Wesleyan just attacking the high post of that zone. And in this game, the College of Idaho has just really refused to collapse inside anytime the ball's gone in.
Dakota Wesleyan has outscored the College of Idaho 19-12 here in this second half. It's a 45-40 lead now. Tigers have had a couple 5-point leads here since halftime. That shot just tough, hard-nosed work that time from Talon Pinckney. 5'8" sophomore makes it now a 1-possession game.
Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan's really had a hard time keeping Pinckney in front of them. He's so quick.
Kramer will swing it around. 3 wide open in the left wing. That's left short. And the Tigers again having some trouble from 3, but that foul will give them the possession back.
Credit Hoagland there. He really went hard to the glass. And you'll see here on the shot, just got taken out there as Dunafan tried to keep him out of the lane.
Media timeout on the floor here. 45-42 your score. Dakota Wesleyan, the 5 seed, looking for their second upset of this tournament. Can they hold on? We'll find out when we return. .46 left to go. Fresh 30 on the shot clock here coming out of the media timeout. Dakota Wesleyan will be inbounding it in front of their own hoop. They're going to bounce it off the back of one of the Oats players, and the ball loose. Still loose, and it's going to be the Coyotes who come away with it. That's always a risky move there. Trying to sneak away with one was Trey Vandenberg, and kind of backfired on him. Now the Oats did have to use a timeout here. One would assume a 30-second timeout, but they will get the possession back with 9:42 left to play.
Well, that's huge for the Coyotes because that only leaves them one timeout. They'd already used one previously in this half, and so As close as this game looks like it's going to be, JJ, that could really be a big-time factor. Now, Dakota Wesleyan's really shot it well in the second half here. That's why they've gotten this lead, outscored College of Idaho by 5. Wesleyan 8 of 15 this half. They're also doing a much better job on the rebound. Believe it or not, they've out-rebounded now College of Idaho in this game, including a +4 here in the second frame.
Yeah, they're up to 4 offensive boards in this game. 26 total rebounds overall. On defense at the moment are the Tigers with this 3-point edge. Under 9.5 to go. Got the angle that time and a nice finish for Nate Bruneel. One-point game right now. The Tigers trying to answer and build this lead again.
Well, there's that high post area again. And Dakota Wesleyan able to get it there at will.
No good on the offensive try. Now the Yotes are going to try for a quick transition bucket, but Spicer sends it out of bounds. The rejection will leave 24 on the shot clock here. It looks like Leaks is going to check back in.
Spicer did a great job just timing that. Swatting that one out of bounds.
Quick inbound here. Going to work with the dribble is Berryhill. He'll get it into the left wing. 10 points for Pinckney here today. He's the leading scorer on the court right now for this Idaho squad. College of Idaho down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3 is no good. Leaks trying to track it down. He's on the floor, and they'll say he was the last one to touch it. It'll go back to Dakota Wesleyan now with just over 8.5 minutes to play.
Well, it's been so crucial for Dakota Wesleyan to be solid on the glass, because look at College of Idaho. They crash the glass very well. And when you got a guy like Leaks in the game at the 5 spot, they are ultra athletic too with him on the floor.
Jason Spicer with 22 points on the day. Ty Huglen, 8 points. 7 for Kramer right now. Drury has 5 and Vandenberg with 3. Got to get Vandenberg going. He's just 1 of 7 from the field here today. All of those shots have come from long distance.
Yeah, he's a guy that averages 16, but him with the ball right there, he has really struggled shooting it.
Down to 8, Spicer hands it off, and contact as Hoagland goes to the free throw line here. He was trying to get past a couple defenders, and he'll have 2 coming up.
Yeah, great little give and go that time between Hoagland and Spicer.
Left-handed release is good on his first. Looking at the numbers this season for Hoagland, he is the team's leading scorer at 19 points a game. An 84% free throw shooter, having made 107 heading into this tournament. 3-point game again here. Tigers with the lead. 8 minutes left to go now here inside the Pentagon.
Nice job by Drury there, really holding his ground, and then Kramer come over with those long arms and got a hand on it.
Let's see what Vandenberg can do now. He's had it momentarily at times, but has been more the facilitator today. He's open, right wing for 3, and that's good. We've been waiting to see him light up from long distance. That's just his second make of the day, but it ignites this crowd once more here inside Heritage Court. The answer on the other end, and a smooth finger roll from Talon Pinckney. On the day now with 12 points, keeping his team within 4.
Yeah, Pinckney's been terrific getting to the rim.
Little floater inside the lane was left short. That one kind of slipping out of the hands that time as Kramer released.
Now Kramer just needs to catch that thing at the high post and square up and shoot it.
What an emphatic jam there, posterizing Kramer. And 1 free throw to try to make this a 3-point play for Leaks. Well, boy, that's going to be a highlight reel move there for Leaks, and I'm sure he's had a few of those here this season.
Yeah, look out below, coming right at you, and poster was right as Kramer tried to get a piece of that, but Leaks would not be denied at the rim.
He's a tough man to guard. That shot off the iron, no good. Leaks now 1 of 3 from the charity stripe today. He struggled from the field overall. 5 points for Leaks.
Well, I'd like to see Dakota Wesleyan continue tacking that high post, tack inside. When they've been able to do that, they've actually had really good success against this zone.
Drury leaves it off the back end of the iron, no good, and a chance for the College of Idaho to either tie or take the lead here now with 6.5 minutes to play. Pinckney steps back. Extra pass, 3 from the top of the keys off the backside of the iron. And a defensive board for the Tigers.
Hey, you look in this game, College of Idaho has missed 28 shots, but they've only gotten 4 offensive rebounds. It's been a very good effort by the Tigers on the D glass.
Down to 9 on the shot clock. By the time they put one up, it'll be under 6 minutes left to play. Hoagland draws contact. That shot on the way is going to miss the iron. He was hoping for the foul on the desperation shot, Brad, and just couldn't get the contact that he needed or enough muscle behind it to get the shot off the iron in time.
That's another possession that was really well defended by the Coyotes. They were covering up the floor well and did a nice job being there on the catch.
2-point game still here inside the Pentagon. Nice pass inside. The bucket is good, and a chance at another 3-point play here for Leaks.
Now, College of Idaho has not run a lot of the ball screen action, but that time just ball screen roll. Big time miscommunication between with Dakota Wesleyan because nobody picked up that roll guy after Spicer had to leave him to help on the drive.
Roosevelt Adams, who's the team leading scorer with 13.5 points per game this season, does have 9 today, but he's been a terrific facilitator in this contest. He's the one who got the assist. And a timeout called on the floor here. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 5:40 left to go. One of the 3 remaining timeouts to be used by Dakota Wesleyan. They'll have 1 30-second timeout left and the full remaining. Matt Wilbur wants to talk things over with his squad, and I think maybe they may have just extended this into a media timeout here. Tigers are having a seat on the bench. Oh, it looks like it will be a 30. We'll stick with it here for a moment. Taking a look at some of those inside numbers again here today. Again, second chance points really hasn't been a factor. Neither team has capitalized on the offensive glass all that much. There's a combined 9 offensive rebounds in this game. Dakota Wesleyan +2 overall with 30 rebounds in this contest. And Spicer with 22 points. While he was hot in that first half, they've kind of done a nice job, the College of Idaho, of slowing him down. He hasn't had as much of a presence offensively here in this second half.
Yeah, he's got 8 points. And I think the College of Idaho has done a pretty good job just moving him off the block, making it a little more difficult for him to get it inside.
5.5 minutes left to go. Matt Wilbur having a conversation with Trey Vandenberg on the sideline, trying to keep his confidence up right now. Vandenberg has had a little bit of a tough day today, just 6 points on 2 of 8 shooting. Wilbur letting him know that they're going to need him down the stretch. Just about 5 minutes to go. The shot clock's at 5 as Spicer. The turnaround is good. Ask and you shall receive. We were wondering when he was going to get going again, and there's 2 more to add to his total. He's got 24.
And Dakota Wesleyan has done a great job of just giving him space once they throw it in there, of not bringing a lot of traffic near him.
That's one thing Dakota Wesleyan's going to have to be careful of defensively. There have been a lot of open lanes to the hoop in this second half. They were fortunate that time that one didn't fall.
Yeah, I think, we talked about that Dakota Wesleyan hasn't played a lot of guys in this game. You got to wonder if they're getting tired.
That's a huge 3 from Hoagland. This crowd is electric right now inside the Pentagon.
Now Hoagland, a huge answer when his team really needed one.
There's a steal from Drury, and they're going to say a foul on top of it. He got forced out of bounds, and Leaks is going to get charged for his second.
Well, Drury anticipated this great from the backside, and then, Leaks took him out as he came down with it.
Listen to this crowd roar as the immediate timeout sends both teams to their sidelines. 4:25 left to go. We'll step aside. This crowd's having some fun tonight. You might have seen some of the social media posts just a short while ago. Twitter, Instagram, a great way to get your message, or maybe just let us know how you're watching the game tonight. Use that hashtag NAIAD2MBB. You can get to be part of our broadcast, and you might get your message on the big board here inside the Pentagon. It's been a lot of fun over the last 3 days to see where everybody's been watching from, not only here in Sioux Falls, but from around the world, and we really appreciate everybody tuning in throughout this tournament. 4 minutes and change left to go in regulation. Spicer backing up Leaks. That one off the glass is good. Wow.
How about Spicer going to the left hand that time, and Leaks wasn't ready for it.
South Dakota's Senator John Thune is in attendance tonight. He's a big supporter of Dakota Wesleyan athletics. He's wowed by this crowd right now, and now they're going to be quieted with a foul here. They're going to get Hoagland with the personal. That's the 5th team foul now on Dakota Wesleyan.
Well, here of late, College of Idaho's just really trying to spread the floor, use their athleticism to drive. And Dakota Wesleyan, like I was saying earlier, these guys have logged a lot of minutes. They're really going to have to bear down here defensively.
Leaks kicks it outside, open shooter, left corner, 3, no good off the back side of the iron, and Drury comes away with a rebound.
And the big guys got tangled up there, and the officials let him play.
Yeah, Scott Gorson wanted a foul badly there on that sideline for the College of Idaho.
Right, look at Spicer and Leaks really leaning on each other in the low post.
Both coaches taking a look at the scoreboard here for a moment. Getting down there, 3:15 left to go. There'll be 13 seconds on the shot clock, and it'll be Hoagland in front of his own bench to trigger this inbound. Looks like the officials are just making sure everybody's uniforms are properly stowed away. Now we're back to action.
Well, doing a good job, too, because also talking to those big guys. They don't want to have to call a lot of fouls down the stretch here, so officials doing a nice job controlling this game.
That's a strong drive, no bucket, but the foul. Haven't seen a lot of him today, but Aaron Amadou, the 5'10 junior out of Houston, Texas, making some noise on the court here. And boy, Leaks pretty good, but when he went up there, even with his hands straight up, that's a lot of contact with the lower body.
Well, Amadou has not played much in this game. Talked about how Matt Wilbur really has not used his bench hardly at all.
Taking a look here.
And Amadou, a guy who hasn't been to the foul line very much, just 64% on the season.
Yeah. A couple guys on the floor right now for the Oats in foul trouble with 3 right now. Have to keep an eye on that. Brunel has 3, and so does Leaks. Pinckney caught on the baseline. Under 3 to play. Left wing 3 off the front side of the irons, no good. And Hoagland with the defensive board for Dakota Wesleyan.
Well, College of Idaho's needed some 3-pointers to go in. They haven't here late. They've had good looks. But in this game, they are just 2 of 17, JJ, from the arc.
Down to 12 on the shot clock here. Yeah, they've got to find a way to get some more 3s down the stretch if they want to get back in this game. They need a stop bigger than anything else, and they get it. Left-handed layup and some contact. Bucket is no good. 2:27 left to go here. Now, with the 3 fouls, Leaks, really, I'm thinking about the whole game as a whole for him. He's done a great job of actually staying out of foul trouble. He's a big guy down there, but he was the defensive player of the year in his conference for a reason. A dominating guy with some size, and got a feeling he's going to make an impact before this game is done over there. But his teammate right now at the line, Keon Palou-Thompson, the 6'2 junior out of Tacoma, Washington, and a transfer out of Lower Columbia Community College. Hits his first free throw. He's got 8 points and 2 rebounds here so far today.
This is going to come down here in the last 2.5 minutes, JJ, to which team can execute offensively, and then when they have those opportunities, you've got to make shots.
Another one coming up here. That one off the backside of the iron, and Leaks tipped it, but into the hands of Dakota Wesleyan. Coming away with it was Colin Kramer, and now they'll slow it up here across the half-court line. Amadou handling the rock, finding Hoagland. Spicer out around the arc now with 18 on the shot clock. Leaks, boy, that looked like it was pretty clean there, but they're going to tag him with his 4th personal as Spicer went to the ground hard.
Well, College of the Idaho has been forced to go man-to-man here now that they're trailing. I have to agree. I thought that looked like pretty good defense. To me, it looked like Spicer was the one that created that contact. I know he went to the deck, but I thought Leaks did a pretty good job just being straight up.
Yeah, he's frustrated right now. That's his 4th. Most of these fouls coming in the second half for Leaks. Spicer, though, a rare miss from the free throw line again during the irregular season. Looking at Spicer's numbers, 75% free throw shooter. He took more attempts from the line than anybody else on this Dakota Wesleyan squad and made more than anybody else as well. 119 makes and 159 tries, but he goes 0 for 2 down the stretch here.
2 big misses now, and door open for College of Idaho with those 2 misses.
2 minutes left to go. Leaks top of the key here. Handing it off. 6-point game. That shot off the glass is good. Nice drive on the baseline that time for Roosevelt Adams, who now is in double figures with 11. Hoagland driving straight into Leaks, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Yeah, Leaks definitely had his feet set that time, and Hoagland was trying to force the 5th foul there on Leaks, but a great call again by this officiating crew.
Yeah, that was right call. Leaks definitely held his ground, and just not a good decision by Ty Hoagland. And now you look, the 2 missed free throws and a turnover by Dakota Wesleyan, and watch out. This thing could get down to a 1-possession game here.
Minute 30 left to go. That ball almost got across the half-court line, but recovered. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Leaks wants it inside the paint. He's triple-teamed. That pass tipped and almost again into the backcourt. Pinckney steps back. NBA range 3 is going to be left short. Offensive board is good, though, and that makes it a 2-point game. That one was huge for Brunel.
It sure was. They really needed an offensive board there. Only the 5th one of the game, I should say, JJ, but came at a huge time.
1 minute left to go, a 1-possession game. Leaks slipped. They're going to say it's a foul, and that might mean Leaks' day is done as Spicer heads to the free throw line. That's number 5 on the CCC Defensive Player of the Year. He'll have to head to the sideline as Aziz Leaks wraps up his day with just 8 points.
They said Leaks' feet got tangled up there, and that trip created a travel, and they called the foul as a result.
And for Dakota Wesleyan, you could tell they were making a point almost to attack Leaks there, try to draw that contact. They know that life will get significantly easier inside when he's off the floor because he is a terrific defender. A couple of those calls rough on Leaks today, but he's going to have to be a cheerleader here for the next 55 seconds on the court as his team hopes that Spicer can maybe miss 1 or 2 of these here.
Well, Spicer went 0 for 2 the last time he was here, but like you said earlier, JJ, this is a guy who's been at the line a ton this year for Dakota Wesleyan.
That's a big one. 3-point lead now. This next one here could make it a 2-possession game with under a minute left to go. What a wild day of basketball here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. NAIA Division II basketball on full display as we try to chip this down to our field of 8. 56 for this College of Idaho squad. They need 4 more points to tie. They need a big bucket here. Most of the fans inside the Pentagon are on their feet. Brunel goes up strong, draws the contact, and a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Well, with Aziz Leaks fouling out of this game, the College of Idaho's gone with a smaller lineup, and that meant that Jason Spicer, the post for Dakota Wesleyan, JJ, had to get matched up that time on Brunel, and Brunel just went right past him off the bounce. Much more athletic and quicker player, and now he's got a chance to get this thing down to 1, and more importantly, give College of Idaho a chance to set their press if they want to.
A free throw, smooth. Brunel having a great day. They're going to throw this one into the front court. Not the wisest of decisions. The Coyotes have the ball back now, and Matt Wilbur looking helpless on the sideline at the moment. His squad's going to have to make a big stand here defensively now.
Now, no reason to try the home run there for Wesleyan, and now they've got themselves in a tough spot here. They're going to have to really lock in.
Looks like there might be an injured player on the floor here, trying to see what the number is of the individual. I believe that's Roosevelt Adams, and boy, that would be a huge loss, which Leach already fouling out of the game here. Leaks, excuse me, fouling out of the game. Looks like he just had the wind knocked out of him, so hopefully he'll be all right.
Well, if you're College of Idaho, you're down 1 here. There's about a 9-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. I'm a big fan in this situation, if you've got the ball down 1, of really trying to be aggressive and trying to go to the rim and you want to attack. I think you want to do it pretty early here, JJ, because if you don't get it, you want to give yourself a chance at glass or then a chance to foul and still give yourself an opportunity to get that basketball back, maybe down 1, 2, or 3, depending on how those free throws turn out.
Now that injury to Roosevelt Adams could have an impact on this play here, because he's the team's leading scorer during the regular season, and you would certainly think that he would be one of the go-to guys in that spot. If he's not able to come back on the floor, then you're looking at Pinckney maybe being the prime option, but chance to catch his breath, get a glass of water here and catch his breath for a moment, like we said, but we'll have to see if Roosevelt Adams is able to return to the floor. Either way, this is going to come down to the wire here tonight. This has been another terrific basketball game, and again, this is the rubber match between these two teams. They're both 1-1 against each other all time. This is going to kind of set the stage for what has been now an interesting rivalry here at this NAIA National Tournament.
Well, I'll tell you the matchup I'm watching right now is Nate Brunel, number 45, throwing it in because Jason Spicer still has to guard him. And Dakota Wesleyan's actually going to go zone here.
13 left on the shot clock, full 20 left to go in the game. 3 from the top of the key is good. Roosevelt Adams knocks it in. Boy, he must have got some wind back in him. That one was perfect, and the College of Idaho now with the 2-point edge with the shot clock turning off, 16 seconds left to go. I think the officials are going to review this here to make sure that they know exactly how much time is left, but clutch shot from the team's leading scorer during the regular season.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up putting a little bit more time on this thing as the clock didn't stop right away, but how about the College of Idaho not panicking as Dakota Wesleyan threw him a curveball, went zone, and Roosevelt Adams, a 45% three-point shooter, answers the bell in a big-time way. And this has been a heck of a run here the last 2 minutes for the Coyotes. JJ, they were down 6 not too long ago, and now they've gone on, I think, an 8-0 run here to take this lead.
Yeah, Dakota Wesleyan was outscoring the College of Idaho this entire second half. Now it's square even at 34 all for the second half numbers. And of course, College of Idaho had that 2-point lead heading into the locker room at halftime. But what more can you say about Roosevelt Adams? He's been kind of quiet today, but the senior who's been a leader all season long, coming up big when they needed it most. And now you see the look of determination from the head coach, Matt Wilbur. His squad knows what they need to do. They're waiting out on the floor, and when the ball's in their hand, that's when they're at their best. And I think they've got probably that magic player, the one that they feel most comfortable running in these type of high-intensity situations, drawn up here. And Dakota Wesleyan now, after the official review, will call a 30-second timeout. They will have 1 full timeout remaining. Keep in mind, College of Idaho, they are without timeouts. Also, the next foul on the Yotes, now, while this doesn't maybe matter nearly as much, would mean 2 free throws. So if Dakota Wesleyan attacks and can't score and they can draw some contact, they still have a chance to tie the game, maybe in the alternative route at the free throw line.
Well, Dakota Wesleyan needs to be aggressive here. You're only down 2, so you don't have to settle for the three-point shot. You can certainly attack the basket, think about getting the basketball into Jason Spicer's hands if you can get him isolated down low. 17 seconds, JJ, is a lot of time, but you're going to have to make sure you take care of it here in the backcourt.
For Dakota Wesleyan, the inbound will come from Colin Kramer, their 6'7" sophomore. Hoagland will bring it up. Light full court pressure coming from the College of Idaho.
Yeah, man-to-man defense here.
Hoagland around a screen, down to 8 seconds. Now down to 5. Hoagland stops, kicks it into the corner. 3 on the way is no good. Kramer tips it, but that will end it here tonight. Dakota Wesleyan almost had the upset in this one. They came up close, but College of Idaho, the #1 seed, survives, and a stunned crowd right now here inside the Pentagon.
An amazing comeback there by the College of Idaho. They had their back against the wall in the last minute and a half of this game and found a way to win this thing 62-60. And credit the Coyotes because they played great on the offensive end, really attacked the basket, hit a big-time three in their last possession to give them that lead, and came up with some big-time stops too, JJ, down the stretch.
Can't really pin anything on one play in this game, but you can't help but think about that inbound play when the Dakota Wesleyan squad had the lead. College of Idaho got a huge steal, and that's kind of when the wind came out of the sails for Dakota Wesleyan. There you see just shocked faces from those individuals right now. They had a heck of a season in the GPAC, but the College of Idaho will advance to our quarterfinals. They'll play at 8 p.m. They don't know who they'll play yet. They'll find out shortly, though, as Marion gets set to take on Indiana Tech. That'll be our final game of Friday night, and it's coming up shortly right here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more NAIA Division II Men's National Basketball Championships from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.